Hello, and welcome to Pop and Fig. In this episode, I'm going to go over what you should know before you watch the first Avengers movie. Now, this episode has two purposes. As a before you watch, for one, but the second way is to be a part one of 5 videos of summarizing the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And stay tuned for more details. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so as I said, this episode has 2 functions. So this is going to be a small Marvel Cinematic Universe summary, and I will have a link to the playlist in the credits, so feel free to click that after this episode's over for more videos. But this also functions as a before you watch. So like every before you watch, I should tell you about which characters are going to be in this film. So there's Iron Man, the Hulk, Thor, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Nick Fury, Agent Coulson, and Loki. Now, Agent Coulson's a side character, so I won't go into too much detail with him. So, who is Iron Man? Now, most of you probably already know, but I'm just going to go over it anyway. So, Iron Man, whose true identity is Tony Stark. He is a billionaire, and he makes high-tech suits. And he also works with S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, what is S.H.I.E.L.D.? So, S.H.I.E.L.D. is a very advanced organization, not Wakanda advanced for those of you that know what Wakanda is, but it's led by Nick Fury, who is one of the main characters in this film, or important characters in this film. And he created the Avengers initiative, and yeah, he runs S.H.I.E.L.D. And the Black Widow and Hawkeye, aka Natasha Romanoff and Clint Barton, are agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., as well as Agent Coulson. So, who is the Hulk? So the Hulk is Dr. Bruce Banner, and he has the power to turn into a dangerous, somewhat mindless creature known as the Hulk. And that happened through some gamma radiation, so he has some gamma expertise. So the American government tried to hunt him down, even though he was going from country to country in order to prevent casualties and to prevent damage. So S.H.I.E.L.D. actually did pop in and say, hey, we're gonna protect the Hulk. We'll deal with him. You lie low. Just hold tight. This happened in a post-credit scene in the Incredible Hulk movie. So a post-credit scene is a scene after all the credits are done. And to be honest, the Incredible Hulk movie is pretty pointless within the rest of the MCU. It honestly serves no purpose. Okay, so who are Thor and Loki? So Thor is the god of thunder, and he gets all of his powers mostly from the hammer Mjolnir. So Mjolnir allows him to fly and pretty much project lightning and stuff like that. So he is the only one that is worthy enough to hold the hammer. Whoever's not worthy tries to pick it up, it just stays on the ground. So who's Loki? Loki is Thor's adopted brother, and he is the god of mischief. So he can pretty much change the way he looks. He can pretty much just change the way he looks and make holographic projections of himself. So Loki was going against Odin's wishes. Odin is the father of Thor and Loki. He's not in Avengers. So Loki was going against the wishes. Thor comes back from Earth, because that's where Thor was in exile for a while, and defeats Loki. So Loki goes off into some portal or something. Thor thinks he's dead. Loki is not. So Loki is now working for someone, and I won't say who. So that leaves us with Captain America. So, who's Captain America? Captain America was a character from World War II, and his real name is Steve Rogers. So, Steve Rogers eventually got the powers of pretty much an enhanced human being. So, humans are strong, he's stronger. Humans are fast, he is faster. So, pretty much human 2.0. But he's not the only one. The only other one is the Red Skull, who is the leader of a terrorist organization, Hydra. So, what's Hydra? Hydra is, as I just said, terrorist organization trying to rule the world, but they have advanced technologies because they have a blue cube device known as the Tesseract, and it has unlimited energy and it has cosmic origins. So Hydra's using it to power lots of their weapons and machinery and stuff like that. So Captain America, he's like, oh man, I need to get on the fight in this. So Howard Stark, Tony Stark's father, is a friend of Captain America. So he got him this vibranium shield. Now vibranium, quoted from Howard Stark, he says it's stronger than steel and a third of the weight. So pretty much it absorbs all kind of blasts and impact and everything. And it's even bulletproof, and bullets won't even leave a dent. So, yeah, of course, who wouldn't want that? So Captain America takes that, defeats some Hydra bases. At the very end, the Red Skull and Captain America have a fight at the very end of the movie on some kind of aircraft that was heading for the U.S. And it would pretty much destroy all of the U.S. if it got there. So they fight for a little bit. Captain America starts to win, and the Tesseract falls out of its containment area, and because it was on that aircraft. So the Red Skull picks it up. That way it wouldn't fall, melt through the ship or anything. I am too much of a space nerd. Why'd I say ship? So he takes the cube, and he holds it in his hand, and it teleports him to some unknown location. It actually is revealed in another movie, but I won't say where. So it melts through and ends up in the ocean, and Howard Stark finds it. Now, Howard Stark is a founder of S.H.I.E.L.D. So S.H.I.E.L.D. already has the Tesseract in its possession. So what happens to Captain America? Captain America pilots the aircraft into the Arctic. That way it couldn't hurt anyone else. So it crashes there, and he falls into a coma for 70 years until S.H.I.E.L.D. comes along and finds him. So Captain America wakes up in the present day. So where is everybody? There's Tony Stark, Iron Man, and he's pretty much just within the U.S. And then there's S.H.I.E.L.D. So S.H.I.E.L.D. can pretty much be wherever you want, but it's led by Nick Fury, and it has 3 main agents. There's Agent Coulson, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. And then there's Thor. So Thor, he's pretty much in the background. It doesn't matter where he is. He's probably on Asgard in the beginning. And then there's Loki. We don't know where he is. And then there's Captain America, who's just roaming New York, seeing what the 21st century is like. And then, as I forgot to say, there's the Hulk, who's pretty much in some foreign country. Okay guys, that is all I have in this episode for you. I hope you liked it. Now keep in mind, this is going to be part 1 of 5 videos about the Marvel Cinematic Universe before you watch Avengers Endgame. That is what this is leading up to. So please stay tuned for that, or just click the link to the playlist at the credits. And with that, sayonara.